Welcome to the Abrams Boxing Show, powered by Last Out Media and brought to you by www.15rounds.com, the worldwide leader in boxing news. Also, Abrams Boxing PR Media and Broadcasting, the industry standard for boxing media relations and play-by-play broadcasting. Also, check out www.abramsboxing.com, Abrams Boxing on YouTube, as well as M. Abrams Boxing on Twitter and Marc Abrams Boxing on Instagram. Welcome to another edition of the Abrams Boxing Show. I'm Marc Abrams. We have a loaded show for you this week, and be joined by my good friend, our frequent guest, who comes on once in a while with us, Ray Flores, Sweet Baby Ray, the terrific commentator, PBC, Jake Paul against Tommy Fury over the world, amongst other things. Let's get right to it. Undefeated and undisputed, still undisputed lightweight champion of the world, Devin Haney scored a, people are calling it controversial, close. I mean, a lot of people using the robbery word. I didn't see the fight. From what I understand, it wasn't a robbery. I haven't seen the fight yet. I'll be watching probably an hour after I tape this. Scored a 12-round unanimous decision over Vasily Lomachenko Saturday night at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas. Scores are 116, 112, 115, 113 twice for Haney, who's now 30-0. Lomachenko drops to 17-3. I said, a lot of people were talking about on Twitter. I was broadcasting another fight on bxngtv.com, and I wasn't able to see it, but I actually ordered the fight Tuesday night, and I got to get to it as we are taping here Wednesday morning. So looks like Haney's got a lot of options. We'll talk about what he may do with Ray Flores down the stretch, and Lomachenko's already protested. He's already sent to be ranked number one by all the organizations, so he becomes a mandatory, and maybe try to force a rematch. I don't know what Haney's going to do, but that remains to be seen. But everyone's still talking about it. Devin Haney, Vasily Lomachenko, in a 12-round WBO junior bantamweight world title fight, undefeated former flyweight champion Junto Nakatani went to 25-0, notched his 19th knockout. He scored a vicious 12th round stoppage over Andrew Maloney. Maloney 25-3 now. Maloney was dropped early in the fight, dropped in round 11, and then really put out badly in round 12 for a couple minutes. It didn't look great for Andrew Maloney, but I understand he's okay. The perforated eardrum, but I'm glad he's doing okay. He interviewed with us a few weeks ago, and he's a good guy out there, and just hope the best for him. And Nakatani, he looks like a real animal at that 115-pound weight class. So he's a guy to throw his name in the mix. We're talking, all the Chocolatitos and Estradas and some of those other guys, Jesse Rodriguez, but went back down to flyweight. Junto Nakatani, that guy's the real deal out of Japan. In a rematch, which was the co-feature of the pay-per-view portion of the card, Oscar Valdez scored a 12-round unanimous decision over Adam Lopez. Lopez now 31-1. Lopez now 16-5. Scores are 98-92, 98-91, and 97-93. And now it looks like Valdez will finally face Emmanuel Navarrete in about maybe August in Arizona. That's the rumors that have been coming out and flying all over the internet. Also, WBO number 12 ranked lightweight Raymond Muratalla went to 18-0. Notched his 15th knockouts. He took out Jeremiah Nakatia in the second round of their fight. Muratalla is a guy who just keeps getting better and better and better and better. Wasn't one of the bonus babies that Top Rank signed. They signed, and Muratalla was a good amateur, but some of the guys they signed got a lot more hubbub and publicity when they signed, and deservedly so. Guys like Isley and some of those other guys, Shakur Stevenson, those kind of guys. But Muratalla is a guy who's now another legit contender in the already loaded lightweight division. Again, we mentioned Lomachenko and Jermaine Ortiz and Haney and Shakur Stevenson and Frank Martin and Gervonta Davis. The list goes on and on and on. I'm sure Isaac Cruz, it keeps going on and on and on. So there's a lot of good fights to be made for the lightweight division and Raymond Muratalla. Undisputed Saturday afternoon in Dublin, Ireland. Undisputed super lightweight champion Chantel Cameron kept her championships. She went to 6-0 as she retained the undisputed super lightweight championship with a 10-round unanimous decision, a majority decision over Katie Taylor. Scores are 96-94 twice and 95-95. Great fight, terrific fight. Looks like there's a rematch clause, and I'm looking forward to the two girls delivered on Saturday afternoon, American time, Saturday night in Ireland. Great fight. A couple of little adjustments. Katie Taylor could very easily pull out the rematch, and may we say trilogy. But safe to say the fight with Amanda Serrano now is now on the back burners. Serrano's going to defend against Heather Hardy in August. Last Wednesday night in Plant City, Florida, Otar Aronosian went to 13-0. He scored a 10-round unanimous decision over Edie Valencia at the Pro Box Event Center in Plant City, part of Pro Box TV. Unbeaten welterweight Marcus Valley scored a first-round stoppage over DeMarcus Layton. Valley now 9-0 with 7 knockouts. This week we have more quantity than quality, but we do have some really good fights. Michael Conlon will make the second attempt at a world title as he takes on Luis Alberto Lopez for the IBF Featherweight Championship. That will be on ESPN Plus Saturday afternoon in Belfast, Northern Ireland. WBA Featherweight Champion Mauricio Lara defends his championship against the former champion Lee Wood, who he knocked out about 3 months ago. They're going right back into it. It was a hard knockout for Lara. You got to give both guys credit. This is an immediate rematch. Like I said, it's within a few months of each other. Also, Saturday in England, in Bournemouth, England, Lawrence Okolie defends the WBO Cruiserweight Championship against number 1 ranked Chris Billum-Smith. That's in Billum-Smith's hometown. Saturday night on the Zone, nice little doubleheader. Alexis Rocha takes on Anthony Young in a welterweight fight, and Melvin Jerusalem defends the WBO Middleweight Championship against Oscar Collazo. The reason why Rocha is available for this fight, he was rumored to be fighting Terrence Crawford, but Crawford, it seems like, and I'm going to say in my Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson voice, finally, it looks like he's going to be fighting Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford's going to be fighting Errol Spence. Looks like July 29th in Las Vegas at the MGM Grand. ESPN.com's Mike Coppinger reported that the deal is basically done. I guess I don't know if it's signed or it is signed, but it looks like, and I feel more confident that it's going to happen more than ever. I actually had a chance to talk about this potential fight with our good friend, Sweet Baby Ray Flores, and talked about that and a few other boxing topics, and this is how it went with Sweet Baby Ray Flores. Now, join me on the line is my frequent guest. Haven't had you on in a couple of minutes. The man, the myth, the legend, the Sweet Baby Ray Flores. You hear Ray and all over the world on the PBC International broadcast. You see him in Dubai and all kinds of Middle Eastern countries. Team Combat League. What aren't you doing these days?
Skills Challenge Promotions, baby. Doing that, working with Amir Abdallah and that entire crew. That's been fantastic. Obviously, we're in the middle of Team Combat League with Ahmed Sheik and everybody, PBC rocking. So it's a fun time for me, my man.
Before we get into some boxing, I've got to ask you a question. You told me an unbelievable story. So obviously, you were the man who called the fight around the world with Jake Paul when he fought Tommy Fury. Tell me you had an interesting night the night before. You actually hung out in the palace, had a big dinner with literally royalty and A-list boxing people.
Yeah, it was a couple nights before. So it was like the Friday before. Fight was on Sunday fight was Sunday night late. So they had a team dinner on Friday, which they told us about, and we were at the Prince's house, Prince Khalid's house, and him and his wife, his entire family, beautiful family. They treated us unbelievably, made us feel like family, had incredible food. The best meal I had in Saudi Arabia, hands down, was at Prince Khalid's house, there with Michael Buffer, the Hall of Famer, the greatest of all time to do it, Mike Tyson Fury. I was just there, happy, observing everything. I was there with Christina Poncher, Michelle Joy Phelps, Radio Raheem as well. So it was a lot of fun. Sean Porter was there. So we had a great time. Amir Abdallah obviously made sure to look after us, and everybody was just phenomenal.
How does the palace compare to the Ray Flores living quarters? I bet you they're kind of the same.
Vastly different. Prince Khalid certainly knows how to throw a party. It was a lot of fun, and certainly hope and can't wait to go back.
You told me that story. I was like, wow. Ray's hanging with royalty. So let's get on to some boxing. The news, I guess, fresher. I mean, I guess it's still hot off the presses. ESPN's Mike Coppinger reported that it looks like a fight is. I mean, we're not going to use the word done until we see press releases and that sort. It looks like it's as close as it's ever been between Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford. When you heard the news, obviously it's a PBC event, so you'll be there. You'll be right in the middle of everything when this fight does happen, hopefully July 29th. What were your thoughts when you saw Michael's report on Tuesday night?
Excitement, and a great deal of optimism, because hopefully we are getting to that point, because it's a fight that I think both guys need. I think it's a fight both guys want, and it's a fight that fight fans have been starving for a while. Now, granted, my thing is better late than never, but I think that fight has the expiration date of this year. And I even think summertime. And the fact that it sounds like end of July, I have a great deal of optimism. Again, it is cautious optimism, because until I know as much as you do, because people are like, what are you talking about? I'm not talking about anything. I'm talking about the report from Mike Coppinger from ESPN, like everybody else. I don't know anything. No one's talked to me. No one's told me anything. I'm the last person to know. You probably know more than what I do, Mark. So
I only read what you read. And, I don't know, for some reason, this one, out of the 100 reports over the last, couple years, this one, I don't know, for some reason, it just feels more real. I mean, do you, not that, maybe not more real, because I'm sure when Mike and other people have reported stuff, I'm sure they were fed the right information. This one feels, I think we're on the path that way. I mean,
real? You mean it feels like real, like 100% juice instead of just 95% juice?
Yeah, I think we will be in Las Vegas on July 29th. But is that what you're feeling? I mean, compared to all the other things that we've been reading the last couple of years about this fight?
Yeah, I was talking to my brother Miguel about this through text message, and it was like, he sent me the, he found out about it before I did when it comes to Mike Coppinger's tweet. And then I started feeling and seeing the public really get behind it. And I don't think Mike would put out a report at this juncture without it having significant, without having legs. And I think that, end of July, I am very hopeful that we will be in Las Vegas. That's why I said, I'm like, Vegas sounds like a great place to go and visit end of July. I mean, I have friends and people that have already been booking their hotel rooms and their flights. And
I did book a hotel room last night.
I mean, hey, look, you have to, because once this is officially official and the press release goes out, then the press tour starts. And then we really get amped up when it comes to the promotion. And it makes sense, because typically fights like this need 8 weeks. And the fact that we are getting to about that 8-week mark, I think it certainly has some type of validity.
So I will say this. I think one of my most surest bets of that week, and I'll tell the fans out there, the guy with the good hair without his shirt on at the pool every day will be sweet baby Ray Flores in late July at the MGM Grand. Is that safe to say?
Yeah, probably at least a couple times during that period. I mean, why do you think I'm working out 5-6 days a week? I mean, we're literally embarking on summer this weekend and stuff. I just got out of the gym prior to, jumping on.
Did you do a little extra based on this news? Did you do one more set because you heard this news last night?
You have to, man. I mean, come on, man. You got to get that good pumping.
This past Saturday night, we Las Vegas, Vasily Lomachenko, Devin Haney. That's been a lightning rod this week. I'm going to be honest with you. I've yet to see the fight. I'm actually going to watch it tonight. I was broadcasting another fight in Philly. So I actually ordered the fight after it was over, and I'm going to watch it tonight. Give me your thoughts on what you thought. Give me your thoughts on what you believed should be the winner. Who was the winner? What the sweet baby Ray? What was your take on Lomachenko Haney?
I thought 115, 113 either way was fine. I thought a draw is cool. But I'm tired of hearing.
I hate the word. I hate the word. If you're going to say the R word, I'm going to go crazy.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
It's robbery for you people don't know.
Like what are people talking about? This was a close fight. And here's the deal. Lomachenko did not perform in an aggressive manner in the 12th round. So to me, he has no one to blame but himself.
Now, what about,
it was a close fight.
And I only followed it through Twitter, and it seemed like most of the people on Twitter had Haney winning, probably at least 4, maybe 5 of the first 6 rounds. Is that safe to say?
I would say so. And look, it's something, hate to say I told you so, but I'm going to do it anyway. I thought Haney was going to win the first 4 of 6, 5 of 7. I said that in my preview. And that's pretty much what happened. And Lomachenko came on as he does in the second half of the fight. But he didn't press it in the 12th. It was a close fight. It wasn't a robbery. It wasn't egregious. It's not the death of boxing. For people that are saying that, it is absolutely asinine. And I'm going to use another R word, Mark, ridiculous, that people are just saying, oh my gosh, this and that. Now, 116, 112, horrible scorecard. 115, 113, either way or a draw, I'm good with.
So in the aftermath of this fight, Devin Haney, he's been compared rightly, wrongly, throughout his career. This guy is the next Mayweather. Obviously, we've heard that being the kid who's been living in Las Vegas and, all that goes with it. After the fight actually came out on Twitter this morning, and I guess there's pictures of Lomachenko crying. And so anyway, I've interviewed Devin Haney a few times. I know you know him a little bit as well. Very gracious young man. I was actually very impressed with him. Real nice guy to interview. So the tweet this morning is him calling Lomachenko a effing sore loser. Is this the beginning of the maybe the metamorphosis into he's a pay-per-view fighter now, kind of being a little bit of a villain? I'm not going to say he's going to go all the way where Floyd went, but maybe trying to become a little bit of a villain, because I've never ever heard Devin speak like that before. Have you?
I've never seen him act the way that he did last week
with the
pushing somebody and kind of doing that. But you know what? Here's the deal. When you're at this high level, this is rarefied air when it comes to prize fighting. You do things at this level to motivate you in certain ways. Whether it's right or wrong, who am I to judge? You know why? Because I'm not a fighter. I don't take punches. I don't perform under the lights like how these guys do. I was around Devin for a good week in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia because he was a special guest at the Jake Paul Tommy Fury fight.
Was he at the dinner?
Yeah, he was there. Yeah, that's another. I don't know why I forgot him, but he's great. He's quiet. He's personable. He's super respectful. He's a really pleasant person to be around.
I agree with you.
Class act. So for him to take this, you know what? Sometimes he needs to kind of motivate himself. Maybe this is his way of really saying, look, I am the man in the division. This is I hate to say it, but borrowing a term from Roman Reigns, the WWE Universal Champion, this is my yard. And I think that is the moniker that he's taken, and I don't mind him embracing this.
So, yeah, like I said, especially now becoming a pay-per-view fighter, whether he stays with Top Rank, I think he had a word or two for Aram, because Aram was caught on the hot mic saying to Lomachenko that he clearly won the fight. I don't know if Haney liked that too much. I saw another tweet. In fact, I don't know if I could pull it up. But whether he stays with Top Rank and, or goes somewhere else, there's opponents for him every avenue he can go to, whether it's with the PBC with Tank Davis, whether it's staying with Top Rank with fighters like Stevenson, or maybe if he wants to go up to 140, the winner of the Taylor Lopez fight. Matchroom's got Regis Burgers. So there's definitely some options for him no matter where he goes. But, he's become now, because of fighting, people are still talking about, he's become, a pay-per-view guy now.
Well, look, if he wants to make the most money and have the most pay-per-view buys, what he does, and this is just based on numbers, Mark, he comes and he fights with PBC. And if he were to sign a 2 or 3 fight deal, and him and Tank get it on sometime next year, I think both guys would be more than willing to do it, assuming all the business aspect is correct, which I think it will be. I think it's a monster fight in Las Vegas. I think it is one that does great at the gate. I think it does very good pay-per-view numbers. And I think it's one that would captivate the attention of the public to truly determine who is the kingpin of the lightweight division. And how refreshing is this? Finally, now we are at the point where we are potentially at a final. It's like the Champions League final is what we could get ready to embark upon. If Haney wants it, I think he gets it.
So do we say now that we think Spence and Crawford is made? We hope Spence and Crawford is made. After Garcia and Tank, Spence and Crawford was the next shoe to drop. So would the next shoe to drop be after that? You think be Davis and Haney, or maybe Haney and Stevenson?
Haney and Stevenson, I think it would be. I would optimistically say Gervonta and Devin Haney, because to me, and Bob Arum has admitted this, Shakur needs a bit more seasoning, and he's right. He's getting close, but he's not there yet. Let the guys that are there, let them collide, let them do their thing, and then after that, Shakur can keep doing what he's doing and build his way up to it. But also, too, Mark, I mean, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I don't think that fight is as easy as people think to make happen, because Top Rank has invested a lot of money in Shakur Stevenson. And what they're doing at 35 and what they're doing at 40, why would they serve up Shakur to Gervonta or Devin Haney on the opposite side of the street when they could easily move Shakur up to 140? And people are going to watch Shakur either way because he's that damn talented.
Well, I also believe that. I'm just thinking out loud. I believe Top Rank thinks that Shakur Stevenson beats all of them. So that's what I believe.
But why would they want to do it when they control, Taylor and Teofimo? Why would they want to say, okay, there's a fight?
Stevenson's got to win a belt or two, 135 first.
Yeah, I'm sure one of those. Look, Devin Haney's got a gazillion belts, and one of the sanctioning bodies is going to rip it from him to be able to, get some type of mandatories, and Shakur will probably fight for that belt. Let's be real here.
You see some interim belts on the horizon or something.
I could see, I could see where. And the thing is,
that doesn't happen in boxing, does it?
I mean, why? But why would Devin want to put all of his percentages for his purse on that fight for 5 belts? If he fights Tank, all they need is 1 belt. You know what I mean? To be honest, you know that.
I hear you. Well, we just did 15 good minutes with Ray Flores. Ray, where are we going to see you? I know you're doing the Team Combat League this week, and tell the fans out there we're going to hear you, see you, and what you're up to.
Yeah, this upcoming Thursday night, my friend, we kick off Memorial Day weekend with the bang. Team Combat League, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific time. The Team Combat League YouTube page. That is this Thursday, right before Memorial Day. Next week, we will be on Friday. Team Combat League YouTube page. 2 doubleheaders coming your way this week on Thursday, next week on Friday, June 24. Looking forward to being with Premier Boxing Champions, doing the international of that. Carlos Adames defending his championship against Julian J. Rock Williams.
Good fight.
Obviously, looking forward to doing some MMA with Pete Fighting coming up the second week of June, and then also got Up Next Fighting July 1. So pumped about all that stuff, my man.
Ray Flores says more miles, and that passports being stamped all over the place. Ray, thank you for a few minutes of time as always, and we will talk to you soon.
Always a pleasure, my man.
The always entertaining sweet baby Ray Flores. Some more news items. Undisputed female super featherweight champion Alicia Baumgardner, 14-1, 7 knockouts. Will look to avenge her only pro defeat when she takes on Christina Lenartado, 14-2, 6 knockouts. That will take place on Saturday, July 15th on DAZN from Detroit, Michigan. The co-feature will pit rivals Richardson Hitchens, 16-0, 7 knockouts, taking on Montana Love 18-1 9 knockouts. And also Cuban amateur sensation Andy Cruz will make his much-awaited pro debuts against former world title challenger Juan Carlos Burgos. WBC super lightweight champion Regis Prograis had his opponent fall out, which was Liam Perot, but that didn't last long because they Matchroom quickly acted and secured the services of Donalito Zarilla, 17-1 13 knockouts, to take on Prograis on Saturday, June 17th at the Smoothie King Center, New Orleans, and live on DAZN. Super lightweight Ryan Garcia is a new trainer. He's now in Dallas, Texas, under the guidance of Derek James. Well, what a gym that is. You got Errol Spence, Frank Martin, Anthony Joshua, Jamel Charlo, and now Ryan Garcia training under Derek James. Former unified and lineal super lightweight champion George Kambosos has signed a co-promotional deal. He's what was with DeBella, now joining DeBella will be Top Rank. So Top Rank and DeBella co-promoting George Kambosos. WBC number 2 ranked super welterweight Charles Conwell has signed with new manager Marc Habibi and Wise Al Management. Lightweight Jermaine Ortiz, another lightweight, signing a co-promotional deal with Top Rank. Jermaine Ortiz now being co-promoted with Top Rank and Jimmy Birchfield's Classic Entertainment Sports CES Boxing. And finally, the WBO has given newly crowned WBO bantamweight champion Jason Maloney 5 days to submit a physician's certification about his broken hand, just to let him know when he'll be back at training so they can set up the next fight. I'd like to thank Sweet Baby Ray Flores. Next week we'll have a ton of more guests. We'll go over all the good big fights, the fights from England, fights involving Alexis Rocha and Anthony Juice Young, and all the news of the week. And we'll look forward to the fights June 3rd. Clarissa Shields, I know, will be back in action. So, everyone.